This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. We are here with our old friend Erica Crawford. How are you today, Erica?
Very well.
And we are here to speak about a subject very close to Erica's heart. The Sauvignon Blanc, or Sauvignon Blanc varietal. What are your thoughts on Sauvignon Blanc? I think it gets a bit of a bad press from many a snooty hipster sommelier these days. But what are your thoughts about the varietal and what it brings to the glass, or what it has the potential to bring to the glass?
You know, I think we've been making it for a long time, and what we're starting to see now is some really different styles popping up out of Marlborough, and it's not all made in the same style. So I certainly would encourage people to look at maybe some of the smaller producers who do things a little bit differently, because for us at Loveblock, we're trying to now pull back a little bit on the big green flavors and the big grapefruit. And it's really happening all in the viticulture, so really managing the canopy not to enhance those things. And in the wine, we're sort of doing a lighter touch so as to emphasize the riper fruit flavors of peach and passion fruit and a bit of lime. So it's still Sauvignon Blanc, and it's still going to crack and spit at you from the glass, but it's in a much more elegant form.
And is there anything you can do in the winery as well that can make Sauvignon Blanc a little bit more interesting than some of its critics would say it was very monochromatic?
I think in the winery you can certainly play with some of the yeast, do different things. We're really interested in introducing some concrete eggs into the mix and see what that does. We haven't got one yet, so I have to do a little bit of work to convince the accountant and the winemaker to get them. But
they're not cheap, right?
No, and you import a lot of air.
Yeah, okay.
So there are lots of things, and particularly looking at texture, so that it's not this thin acidity that hits your palate, but that there's more mouthfeel and texture that play on your palate.
And do you feel that people in New Zealand are experimenting with different styles of Sauvignon Blanc these days?
Yes, most certainly. You know, you'll see some producers like the more reductive styles, so you'll see more things happening in there. We like to put a bit of oak, wine and neutral oak, and then put that back in the big blend. So we're looking at that. We're looking at also sulfur and having a reduced sulfur regime to keep it below 100 parts per million. So I think those are all things that in the end make a bit of a difference.
Now, when you're talking about reductive Sauvignon Blanc production, many people mistake that for the minerality word, don't they?
Some people do, I think, but a lot of people really, really like those flavors.
Yes.
So the wonderful thing about the world and that Sauvignon can give you is that there's a little bit for everybody. Yeah. It's a little bit like it's just a standard bell curve, isn't it? So 2 standard deviations is going to like the classic style, and then you're going to have outliers of people trying different things.
Erica, thank you very much for giving us your take on the Sauvignon Blanc varietal. Is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap this up?
No, just to encourage people to really have a look at the LCBO and in your restaurants, particularly where you'll see some of these other things happening.
Superb. Erica, thank you very much for joining us once again.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.